What's going on? Welcome, guys. We are here. We are here. Hold on. Let me, gotta turn on my recording real quick for Moog. Alright, there you go. What's up, everybody? We are here today. We're going to be doing chapter 1109. Echo. Do we got some echo? What's up, everybody? Thank you so much, Vexus, for the 5 memberships. Let me quickly do a nice warm welcome for all the new members. I think I gotta update the people telling me I look like Q from Impractical Jokers, because recently I've been seeing comments, people telling me I look like Sean Strickland. I don't look like Sean Strickland. Stop. But apparently I do. People are telling me this. I guess it's because I shaved my head. Anyway, thank you so much, Vexus. I appreciate the gifted memberships.
You are my son.
You're my son. Yeah, we got some new stuff on the stream deck this time. I prepared some fire. We'll be trying to find opportunities to use these today. So, if you guys want to see the my son one again, definitely you know, it'll happen. Just, you know, we have people in here being generous and kind all the time. I prepared that as a nice way to say thank you. What else do we got? Oh, so people were wondering if I got spoiled on the new chapter, and I definitely did. Thanks to a bunch of people in my comments, thanks to someone at the beginning of the chat today. Impossible to avoid this week. I don't know what's going on. It's just ridiculous. People have zero respect for other fans. I do want to bring notice to one person who was responsible for putting spoilers in front of me, and this would actually be another YouTuber, Anime Uproar. You guys, if you go to, well, if you haven't read the chapter, don't, but if you go to his channel, you'll notice his most recent video uploaded 2 days before the scans dropped included a full sentence of spoilers right in the thumbnail. So, big thanks to Anime Uproar. Your dog shit content is very much appreciated by the whole community. Everyone loves when you just put spoilers in front of their face, and you still, with 2 million subscribers, you still get less views than me on a video I put up in the same time frame with no spoilers in the title. So how's that working out for you, buddy? How's it working out? How are those 2 million subs treating you? That I'm outperforming you at 50K without spoilers in the title. Maybe that shit doesn't work.
Fucking spoilers.
So, Anime Uproar, that's all I gotta say to you, buddy, or your little conglomerate, your little company that you have, where you treat One Piece like some sort of weekly headline you can profit off of, little factory produced spoiler machine. So good for you, man. This is not the first time we've seen him do this on the channel, so just wanted to bring notice to that. If you haven't already, just block the channel, whatever you got to do, avoid it. If you don't want to get spoiled, he will spoil you at some point. It'll show up in your recommended. Get an add-on for your browser so that you can block certain channels and put his right on there, because it's just shameless. It's just shameless. So anyway, we're gonna move on beyond that. I'm not gonna rant about this stuff. I've done this many a time on this channel. But if you agree with me and you think that's wrong, please leave a like on the stream today. And if you want to support me on my reactions, where I do try and remain spoiler free, I try to keep the community spoiler free, I try to make this all enjoyable for everybody that's involved, please leave a like on the stream. It means a lot. It helps me out, and it pushes my stuff into the algorithm over jabronis like that guy. So that'd be great. So anyway, guys, moving on. We got a new chapter today. We got new stream deck stuff to use, and we're going to be doing some discussions. I don't know if we're going to go too far beyond that today. I think this is going to be one of the shorter streams I've done, just because I have stuff to do. I'm working on a new video right now. I already have another one in the works. So for those that, you know, I did want to answer a lot of the fans that have been asking me recently, hey, Hidden, you know, I love your content. I really wish you would upload more. I wish you would upload more. Your requests have been heard, guys. I hear you out, okay? My life has stabilized a little bit. I'm able to get to this stuff more. So we got this video that came out this past week. We had the ships video that came out recently. I'm already working on the next video. My hope is to get that out next week. So we'll see how it goes. If I'm able to maintain the flow and the progress, we're going to be looking at maybe one video a week or every 2 weeks. So that's my hope right now. And then the longer ones will maybe take longer. But we're going to be ramping up. We're going to be ramping up progress on this channel. I decided it's about time that I show people what happens when I actually try and when I go hard at something. And I'm going to start uploading regularly. And I'm going to get to that 100K much sooner than 2025. I'm going to get to 100K much sooner than maybe even the summer. We'll see. But I'm going to be cooking. So if you guys are looking for that out of the channel, I'm giving it to you. I've heard you out. Thank you so much. Memphis21, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships, my friend. Let me do another round for the members. Yeah, so basically point is, I've had enough with the fraudulence, and I'm locking in, guys. I'm locking in. Videos are gonna start rolling out. Get ready for that. So, with that being said, we got One Piece chapter 1109. I'm gonna just get right into it. Yeah, I'm just gonna get right into it. So, from now on, I'm not looking at the chat. You guys can say whatever. You're good to go. I'm just going to start reading the chapter. Don't worry about spoiling me from here on out. Ready? All right, let's go. Chapter 1109, Termination, a submerged Onigashima. I'm guessing Momo moved this here, right? How was this moved? Does Momo know how to do the cloud thing? Huh. Was Momo able to pick up the entire island and move it here? How did that work? Huh. Okay. That's pretty interesting. I'm wondering if this is going to lead anywhere. This is cover story 26. Wait, this is a cover story. This is not just... this might continue. We might have some follow-ups to this in the next few chapters. I'm very interested to see where this goes. Is this going to be, is this going to explain what happened to Kaido and Big Mom? Are we going to see Kaido and Big Mom in this cover story? That could be huge. Alright. Right off rip, my attention's grabbed. A message to the world. Alright, here we go. Stella, is this wise? Even if you set this broadcast to start suddenly, it may not work. What do you mean, Shaka? Excuse me. We're counting too much on people being ready to receive and relay this. That's a good point. I saw a lot of people bringing that up. When I was talking about it in the video, I saw comments saying, like, how do you know the people of the world are even going to believe what Vegapunk has to say? Like, are they even going to receive the message and believe it? Like, it's a good point. I still think that people have more reason to put faith in what Vegapunk's saying than the world government, but maybe I'm a little bit too hopeful. You know how it is with information. Agencies always spread the news around the world by the next day. You think so, but what if someone intercepts or censors our message? What the? Where's this broadcast coming from? I see the 20. Thank you, Dilcor. He said, F spoilers, Hidden Gang, 100K in July, greatest community on the platform, Hidden saving the OP community, 2024 can't contain the GOAT. I don't even know about saving the community. I just want to have a good, you know what it is, man? I just want to have a good time doing this. It's like, I want to enjoy the story. I want to fucking cook. I'm in the mentality now to just start cooking. I'm done playing around. So, you know, I'm saving my channel, really. That's the way I see it. Making it grow. But the community, I mean, for the most part, the community is great. But But yeah, 2024 can't contain this shit. That's true. Anyway, thank you, brother, for the 20. That's very much appreciated. You think so, but what if someone intercepts or censors our message? What the? Where's the broadcast coming from? It's coming from every ship's transponder snail. Oh, shit. Okay. You're right. Any suggestions? We could piggyback off of the Navycom's traffic. Cut the connection. That's the thing. We can't. Ooh, I'm wondering, did Vegapunk invent Den Den Mushi? Did he invent these? Like, how is he doing that? I'm also trying to think, did they have Den Den Mushi like let's say in Nolan's time, when Mont Blanc Nolan was sailing around, did they have Den Den Mushis like back then? I wonder if this is like, this might get revealed to be like a Vegapunk invention. I don't know. That would allow us to force a worldwide constant broadcast with our signal strength at maximum. I see, that'll make it possible for anyone with a transponder snail to receive our initial voice message. Interesting to see Luffy in Gear 5 with just like a frown. But they'll still need a while to prepare their visual transponder snails. The time to set that up will vary from place to place. Let's take an interval of 1 hour. What are you planning to say, Vegapunk? How often do we get thought bubbles from the Goros? This like might be the first Gorosei thought bubble ever. That's Vegapunk, right? An hour? That's too long. Don't you realize what will happen in that time? Where is it coming from? Why now? Really? What? Really? An hour? You're really counting on this broadcast going uninterrupted for an hour? There are people who won't be pleased when we start this broadcast. They may find a way to terminate it before we finish. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Fair point. In that case, let's set the preparation interval to 10 minutes. Vegapunk, that's your... Okay, 10 minutes is much better. Vegapunk, that's your voice, right? Hey. People of the world. What is this transmission? What's the meaning of this? Saturn, have you dealt with Vegapunk? Oh, they're... Kizaru delivered a killing blow. I saw it myself. He should be dead. Could he have set up a dead man's switch so that this message would play upon the death of his main body? That seems likely. We have no way of knowing what he will say. Are they communicating through telepathy? Mind rope? Is this mind rope? Parvision? Where are you at? What the? These guys aren't normal, man. That can't even be like a devil fruit related thing. What is that? If we can just pinpoint the source of this broadcast. The only location that seems plausible is the labostratum on Egghead. But it's currently protected by the barrier of his. By that barrier. What should we do for the remaining 9.5 minutes? We could get inventing. There's so much to do. How about some coffee? Dressrosa. Did you hear that? This is Dr. Vegapunk we're talking about. If he's trying to tell the entire world something, it must be a big deal. Get a visual transponder snail out here. Put up a screen. You see, that's what I'm talking about. I feel like people have faith in Dr. Vegapunk. Right? Like, they're gonna hear that he's trying to tell them something. They're gonna listen to it. Hurry, we only have 10 minutes. The wise man Luffy Land kidnapped? What's happening? Don't tell me you guys trusted another bad article about Lucy. I'm actually... I appreciate that she referred to him as Lucy here, because I would have been confused for a second about which character this was. I'm not gonna lie. Once I like got to the left side here and I see Kyros, that would have helped. But like for a second, this is just like vaguely Nami. It could have been anyone. It could have been Vivi. It could have been like But no, okay. Don't tell me you guys trusted another bad article about Lucy. We've got the video ready. Is that it, Vegapunk? Is that Vegapunk? I could also calculate the probability of interference happening. Fuchsia Village, East Blue. What is this all about? I thought it was just going to be more news bad-mouthing Luffy. A visual transponder snail? If only the village had one. How about it, Mayor? Who's going to pay for that? Raising it wouldn't be free, you know. Isn't having audio enough? Okay, raising it. Okay, so they're not inventions. These are like, they're just creatures like that. They can, so if you want a transponder snail, you got to like raise it. Like you got to actually take care of it. And like, that's interesting. Nice little bit of world building there. Water 7. Oh, I love this. We're getting a whole peek at every country. This is great. Damn. Wake up. This can't be good. Yawn. Alice, prepare to screen the message. Her name is pronounced Alish. I'm not sure if that's how it's pronounced. I don't even know how to read that. Alichy? Alich? Alish? I think it's Alish. Yes, Mr. President. It's already playing in the room next door. Screens for each dock are also being prepared. It's nighttime, but considering the importance of this event, a summons has been issued notifying all citizens to be at a screen within 10 minutes. Is there anything else? I also just love that. I love that we get like different times of day. Like it's interesting to hear this. Like it tells us that when it's daytime in Fuchsia Village, it's nighttime in Water 7. The only confusing part is there's clouds drawn in the background of Water 7 here. It's not a night sky. It's not obviously a night sky. I don't know if that's an error or if it's like dusk or something, but I mean, I guess you can see clouds at nighttime, but I don't know. What's with this feed? It's being relayed through Navy frequencies, but it's encrypted. Where are Luffy's... Whoa, what? Your ad block has been updated. Thank you very much. It's being relayed through Navy frequencies, but it's encrypted. Where are Luffy-san and the others? Don't be a ditz. Look at the clock in the background. That isn't the current time at Egghead. This must have been pre-recorded. After all, the Buster Call is bound to have reduced the island to a sea of flames by now. West Blue. It's Dr. Vegapunk in the flesh. I heard his mind was a cut above the rest, but this isn't what I expected. North Blue. The man who lit up the world. The man who lit up the world is an interesting epithet for Vegapunk. I like that a lot. South Blue. He's going through all this trouble, but what does he want the world to know? It might be the invention of the century or something. I don't know about that. Might be the revelation of the century, but... Kamabaka Queendom. It'll take 10 minutes to brew the coffee. I won't get a sip in. I see the probability of interference in this time frame is exceedingly low. What is Vegapunk up to now? More importantly, has he lost his head? So that's the Dr. Vegapunk everyone's always talking about. He's quite the man to do this in the middle of a crisis. I think I'll be dead soon. Looks like my punches don't damage you. Is it like a tentacle? Or like, is that, I don't understand. Are his legs becoming tentacles, or is that just like Oda drawing the motion of his leg? Like, I'm not letting you two run off. Not till I'm sure my friends have escaped. I just noticed Kizaru is shooting Homelander style laser beams from his eyes. That's pretty sick. Not till I'm sure my friends have escaped. Gum Gum Booming Dawn. Ooh! What a panel! Look at cymbal. Oh, it's like he's taking musical instruments. Booming dawn cymbal is like a drum. Oh my.
I'm the cook. Now, say my name.
Say his name, guys. Say his name. What's the name of the cook? Oh, man. Are you kidding me? This is a fire panel. He turned them into paper. He like flattened them like pancakes. Oh, man. Oh, this is beautiful. Look at that. What other drum moves does he have? The booming dawn thing is sick. Oh, I love this. He like peels them off? Or is he like, he's spinning it like a pizza? He's spinning it like a pizza. What is he doing right now? Since you keep getting better no matter what. Oh man. I'll send you flying for good. Toss. He threw something. How can you not love this transformation, man? He's taken, like... Man, it's so sick. I love it. It's so different. It's so different, man. Find me a shonen power-up where the main character is doing stuff like this. It's always like some, like, crazy powerful punch, or like some laser attack, or like beam, or like some elemental thing. Luffy's doing such a different, like, thing here with like how he fights. It's so entertaining. Whether or not you think it takes away from the seriousness of the situation, I'm not gonna knock you on that. I can see where you're coming from, but just in terms of like the entertainment value, like let's just establish that the entertainment value is very high with this transformation. You don't know what he's gonna do next, right? Like there's no telling. Like Luffy can just do something with his arm, and then like another thing with his, he'll just transform his body, he'll transform your body, he'll just fucking flatten you like a pancake, he'll make your eyes pop out of your head, he'll fucking... I'm ready for him to paint a highway on the wall and run into the tunnel. Like fucking the Roadrunner. One more time.
I'm the cook. Now, say my name.
Huh? I'm confused too. Wait, what? What is going on? He can do this shit too? What's it gonna take to keep you down? Luffy's not having a good time with this one. Kizaru-san, what in the world happened? Are you alright? Admiral. Oh man, Kizaru's not having a good time right now. Kizaru's not having a good time. This is I can't imagine. I want to know what that even feels like. What does it feel like to be flattened like a pancake, but not like enough to actually kill you? Like cartoonified, flattened as a... Like, that must hurt like a bitch. I'm just trying to think of like... There's no time. Saturn. We cannot allow Vegapunk to speak freely. Whoa, that was close. Saturn turned himself into a frisbee. Like a boomerang or something. There it is. This is our ship. I hope Vegapunk and the others are alright. I shall perform the summoning. Okay, so this part I was already informed of. I know what's coming next. But I'm curious as to how this actually happens. Very well. Zap. Black lightning. What? Did they just like airdrop? What the fuck is this? I thought they were actually physically... Okay, so I've been told that they're pulling up to the island. What's going on? The hell? It's just like when that spider geezer appeared. Bro, I thought they were just like gonna sail up to the island or like teleport in from a boat. He just summoned them from Marijois. Like straight up just black lightning out of the sky. They just did a fucking airdrop. These guys are like fucking... These guys are like space marines, bro. What is... Yo. Bro. 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 What? What, bro? Come on, man. Are we getting this? Are we gonna see all the Gorosei transform next chapter? Oh man, we're getting the Gorosei transformations, all of them. We're getting Vegapunks, assuming they don't cut off the transmission, and Luffy's gonna have to hold. How is he gonna hold them off? How is he gonna hold off all 5? Bro, that's insane. So what's gonna have to happen? Luffy's gonna have to hold off 5 Gorosei, enough for 9 minutes, basically, right? Because I'm assuming Luffy's gonna have to escape. He's not fighting all 5. He's not beating all 5. It's just not gonna happen. What he's gonna have to do, this is like a video game fucking boss battle, alright? You ever play a video game and you encounter like a boss battle super early in the game? And it's like, okay, this is an endgame boss and he's fighting you now, and your mission is not to beat the boss. Your only mission is survive. Just survive. That's all you can do. So Luffy right now is in a position where he has to just survive for 10 minutes, for 9 minutes. Just live. Don't die here. Like, that's all he can do right now. Oh, man. Oh, that's so fire. Oh, that's sick. This is cool. So we're going to get Luffy having to deal with 5 Demon Mode Gorosei, holding him off for 9 minutes while Vegapunk prepares his speech. Vegapunk's gonna drop the speech, and all hell is gonna break loose as Luffy dips the island, and then presumably Emu fucking Leloucia's, Mother Flame's egghead. That's gotta be what it is. Yeah, Fall of Reach type shit. Yo, this is... Gosh. Like the stream. Like the stream. Like the stream.
I'm the cook.
This is the cook.
Now, say my
Oda's the cook. This is so fucking cool. I wish I didn't know this was gonna happen. I would have lost my mind. If you thought this reaction was already like extreme, bro, if I didn't know, oh my god. Wow, man. I would have been like, Mook, thank you for the £5. Cover story gonna show Blackbeard getting Pluton and Wano while Shanks is preoccupied with Luffy on Elbaf in the main story. Hype. Ooh, is that what the cover story's building up to? Blackbeard going to Wano for Pluton? Caribou's... We saw what happened with Caribou. They're going back to Blackbeard right now, maybe. Dorissi and Groggy will take on the... What are you doing with those names, Austin? Thank you for the 5. Will take on the 5 Gorosei despite getting washed by Mr. 3. Ooh, are we going to have a self-sacrifice? Are we going to have giants sacrifice themselves to keep Luffy alive? Oh, that's a warrior's finish. That's a way a warrior goes out. They're like, oh, we got to defend the sun god. The whole world is relying on us right now. We're going to die a warrior's death if we have to. We might see Dory and Broggy die, guys. Oh my goodness. ZMP, thank you for the $2. Gear 5 is a perfect power for Luffy. Like these stream. I agree. I agree. Oh man. Yo guys, thank you for the donations. You are my son. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Tainted Mar, thank you for the €2, bro. Banger chapter. What else can an OP fan ask for? That's what I'm saying, man. How else can this get even more hype? What, like, just think about this. Just think about this. think about where we started with this arc. Like, prior to Egghead, we didn't even know what Vegapunk looked like. We didn't even know what this guy looked like, what he was capable of, what he knew. In the span of the arc starting and now, we got Vegapunk. We got Ohara Revelation, Saul being alive, a look at Dragon, Sabo seeing Emu for real, the Gorosei transforming. We got Vivi and Wapol getting picked up, and now they're on the run. We have Shanks versus Kid. We have Law versus Blackbeard. We have Luffy fighting Rob Lucci in Awakening. We have Kizaru pulling up with Saturn, straight up. It's just non-stop cooking, guys. This is like, just think about everything that happened in such a short time. There's probably more I'm forgetting right now. The Blackbeard picking it, like, oh, how am I forgetting? Kobe Garp on Pirate Island? Oh my gosh, man. I'm getting spoiled by Oda right now, man. I'm getting spoiled. What do I got? Do I have anything else for this? Oh, man. All I can say, bro, Luffy is going to have to put out a good showing. Luffy's already a tank. But, man, that's Luffy's the weakest, the weakest Albanian. Shoutouts to my brothers. My Albanian bros. How are they going to deal with this guy? How are they going to deal with this man? Holy. Damn, man. Yo, cheers, my friends. This is a crazy chapter. Cheers. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. When the. Oof. Oh man, I was not ready. The Black Lightning shocked me. Do you think this is hockey? Is this like a hockey thing? Is this maybe, like, are we gonna learn maybe what the origin of hockey is? Possibly this arc, maybe to some degree. There's so many possibilities. There's so many. The planets are aligning. I didn't even notice that. The planets are aligning. What could that mean? What did Oda mean by this? Dexter, thank you for the members message. New power system. New power system. I don't know if this is a new power system. This could be just tied in with the existing power system. Don't you think? Like, this could also tie back into hockey somehow. I mean, look, if magic ends up becoming a thing, the only thing is I feel like that dilutes the power systems of One Piece. Like, we already have devil fruits, we have hockey, and I feel like all these things could be explained by willpower, and especially when it comes to devil fruits, that could be explained by, I guess it, look, maybe this is like a black magic thing, and then the explanation for devil fruits comes from like some sort of evil origins. Like there's some satanic magic rituals that were performed 800, 900 years ago to create devil fruits. And that's the same origin of these guys. Like the Gorosei and where they get their powers from, why they're able to do this. But like the summoning, something's up. The telepathy, the fact that they can telepathically communicate across the entire world and then on a moment's notice, blip, summon all the way on another island, just bolt of lightning. How do we explain that, fellas? How do we explain that? Is that like inherent to their devil fruit abilities? Do we even think those are devil fruit abilities still? Hold on, let me put a poll up. I want to hear what you guys think. Are the Gorosei... Tell me. I don't know anymore. Mr. Future Singer, thank you for the $5, bro. Nakama, homies, gather together and like the stream. Love you, brother. So proud of you every time I see you live. Thank you, bro. Thank you.
You are my son.
Bro. It's, you know, I expected a majority of this poll, for those that can't, so if you're watching the VOD, you can't see the poll right now, probably. Unless, maybe they have the live chat on the right. The poll right now is yes, are the Gorosei Devil Fruit users? Yes, 57%, no, 43%. I was expecting a much heavier yes. But, like, it's almost evenly split right now. That tells me that something's up, right? Because, like, it's not even clear, like, to like, half the people reading, it's like, yo, what's going on right now? Like, this is not normal. This is not a typical devil fruit thing. I'm wondering how these guys do in the water. Like, does the water affect them the same way? Pads, thank you for the 10, bro. Thank you, homie. Arthur C. Clarke once said, any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. Yes. Very true. I can see Oda playing into this with the revelation that even Vegapunk is behind Ancient Kingdom tech. Look, I've talked about this so many times, like the difference between magic and science and like where it becomes indistinguishable. Once it, like that's 100% true. It's like the Ancient Kingdom might as well be magical, right? Because all the stuff they're capable of doing is inconceivable to the average person in the One Piece world. If I went 1,000 years into the past and then I pulled out my phone and I just started like showing them, like I could do shit on my phone. I have a video, I could take a picture of a person and show them a picture of themselves on the phone. People would think it's magic. They would think I'm doing something, you know? Like they wouldn't understand the concept of what a phone is or what pictures are. No, that could be it. I mean, Dak, what's up, bro? They are just the devil that would normally go in a fruit, but they aren't confined to the fruit. So these are the devils in the devil fruit. I like that. I like that. I was thinking about this. I think it was like, I don't know if it was like 5 or 6 streams ago. It was pretty recently. But I was talking about Saturn and I was like, is it possible that Saturn is not a Zoan, like he's not transforming into some beast from mythology? He is the beast from mythology. Like he's not just, what is it called? What is the cow spider thing, the Japanese yokai called? Whatever it is. Is it the Ushioni? I think it's the Ushioni. He's not transforming into the Ushioni that he got from a devil fruit power. He is the Ushioni that someone would transform into. The same way that the original Joy Boy is Nika. He doesn't need a devil fruit to become Nika. He just is Nika. Luffy had to eat the devil fruit to become Nika. So these guys, being that they're probably as old as Joy Boy, if Joy Boy is the original Nika, did not need devil fruits, he is an actual god. These guys might also be actual gods. They do not need devil fruits. They are just they're the guy. And like, you know, like that could be, that feels like it makes sense, right? To me, that makes sense. There's no other explanation. Why? How else would they be immortal? I guess the op surgery, but like the immortality, the telepathy, the teleportation. Like now we're just moving beyond the bounds of devil fruit abilities. These are like they just have a wide scope of almost godlike powers. Like, think of a god on any planet. What would they be able to do? They could probably use telepathy to communicate from anywhere. They could probably go wherever they want, just teleporting around. They probably are indestructible. They can't be killed by normal means. They live forever. Like, that's what they are, right? I'm gonna close this poll. It's pretty close, guys. I know yes is winning on the one on this poll, but it was pretty close. I think that emphasizes the point. Like, mythical zones have a wide scope of godlike powers. Yeah, but why do they all share the same godlike powers is my problem, right? Like, there's no reason to expect Yamato's mythical devil fruit to also be able to share, like, telepathy with Kaido's mythical devil fruit. Like, not only do they share these things, they share telepathy, they share teleportation, they share, unless the summoning is only performable by Saturn, but I don't know if that's the case. They share telepathy, teleportation, immortality, like hyper healing. Like, all of them share this commonality. That to me speaks that the common denominator is not their mythical zone users. The common denominator is that they're actual gods, that they have godlike feats, of, like they have godlike abilities. All right. Austin Long, thank you for the 10, bro. I think it's just part of Awakenings that hasn't been explained because they are hiding it from the public. Completely possible. Yeah, it could be an Awakening thing, but I'm not totally convinced, man. I'm still kind of, I don't know. This is not normal. This is not normal. Lonely Mage, thank you so much for the members message. The sun versus 5 planets on a countdown timer. This is an intense game. Luffy has to hold them back for 10 minutes. That's true. The sun. I didn't even put it together. I was so caught up in the craziness of this event. I didn't even put it together that, yeah, Luffy is the sun. The sun versus 5 of the planets. And then where does Emu fall into that, right? Emu would probably be Mother Earth or Father Earth, right? Like Gaia, I guess in this case. I know Threevils had a theory talking about that. He actually called that out pretty early. But yeah, like if we have all the 5 elder planets, the 5 elder stars, and then you have Emu is like the king of the planets, so that would be Earth. And then you have the 3 ancient weapons, which are 3 more planets. So the final war is going to have to include the sun, Luffy. You are my son. The 5 elder stars, the 5 planets, the Gorosei planets, Emu, and then the 3 ancient weapons. That's going to be the most insane show. The world's going to end. The world's going to end. Carl M, thank you for the 5 pounds, bro. Opinions on Big News Morgan being the silhouette character in Rox's crew. Now, you know I'm banking on Lafitte. But I'm not going to lie. That would make sense. That would make sense. The hat works. We've never seen Big News Morgan's in human form. We know he has a human form. We never seen it. What's going on there? What's going on with him? What's he hiding? Why doesn't he show his face? That's a good question. Now that I think about it, why isn't Big News Morgan showing his face? Why doesn't he ever take his human form? Why is he always in albatross mode? Maybe because he was a Rocks pirate, he doesn't want his identity to be known. He would be immediately recognized by the world government as a former Rocks member if he was in human mode. So he's done this albatross thing to hide his identity. Cause he a snitch. That's true. If I was a snitch, I'd probably want to hide my identity too. Nephis, thank you for the 5, bro. Hold on, the chat scrolled up automatically. Maybe they all share powers because they're the limbs of Emu, shadow beings as opposed to actual individuals, like Vegapunk's satellites. That works with my Emu theory that I thought that all the 5 Gorosei were clones or parts of Emu. I could see that being the case. Like they're all shadow creatures that Emu created. That's something that you know I have to wonder, right? Like where did the Gorosei come from? How were the Gorosei decided upon? Right? I mean, if these are demons from the ancient world, and they already had this hierarchy, and the demons took over, or maybe they're aliens or whatever. That could be the case, but if they, let's say they were at one point human, and Emu became king of the world, and then had to decide between, okay, who am I going to put in charge? How are the 5 Gorosei elected or decided upon? How did that how did that process go down? I want to know. It could be that Emu created them. Shiny Charizard, thank you for the $10. When Saturn was first summoned, characters were remarking like it was something more than a mythical zone or a devil fruit in general, just like Sanji is doing now. I feel like it's going to be something new. Yeah, right? Where he's like, the hell? It's just like when that spider geezer appeared. Like they're very confused by what's going on right now. I would be too. I mean, this is not... Think about it. They've never seen anything like this in One Piece. The Straw Hats have seen so many devil fruit users. Tens upon tens of them. Like we're talking... They've seen 30 different devil fruit users or more. Not a single one has done anything even remotely similar to this. Unseen. This has probably not even happened in 800 years. Maybe it happened at God Valley. Maybe. I could see that. But aside from God Valley, this might be the first time all 5 Gorosei have left the Holy Land. Think about that. This is unseen. Completely. Prior to this. Lonely Mage, thank you for the 10. Thank you, homie. Blackbeard pirates facing Saturn made me suspicious. But this confirms that Gorosei and Emu are not the final villains. Dofi's Throne Wars speech is true. The final war will be pirate versus pirate. Why do you think that, though? You think what makes you think this confirms it? I'm just curious as to your thoughts. I can see where what you're getting at. Like, you know, we have not had anything like a confrontation between the Straw Hats and the Blackbeard Pirates yet. It just hasn't happened. But we're already getting Luffy versus the 5 Elders. Right? So this could be a situation of Oda just showing us the threat. Luffy has to escape, and then we come back to it later. But like the fact that the fact that Oda is showing us Luffy versus the 5 Elders before we get Luffy and the Straw Hats versus the Blackbeard crew at full power or whatever. The order is interesting to me. And let's also talk about this. We are very likely going to see the Gorosei's transformations before we see Lafitte's Devil Fruit. Just putting that out there. Like, I've been hyping up Lafitte, and I don't mean to go overboard on that, guys, but let's be real here. We're getting to see the fucking Gorosei's powers before we even know what Emu's or what Lafitte's Devil Fruit actually is. We still don't know. We've only seen the wings and nothing else. So, I'm still banking on this guy being a former Rocks member. He's been pulling some strings with Blackbeard. I really believe that. Because why is Oda hiding that before getting to this? Right? We haven't even seen Rox's power. Like, what could Rox do? We haven't seen that. But we're seeing the Gorosei first. Here's what I think. The reason that we haven't seen the full extent of Blackbeard's powers, or like the crew, Blackbeard, I'm sure Blackbeard has an ace up the sleeve that we haven't seen yet. But we haven't even seen Lafitte's full power. We haven't seen Blackbeard's full power. We have not seen Rox. We have not even gotten a face reveal on Rox. We haven't seen anything that he can do. Why? My thought is that while Emu and the Gorosei represent the current leadership in the world government, they represent the current status quo, the way things are, the evil ruling the world. Rox represents the evil that will rule the world. In my opinion, Rox is a repeat incident of Emu taking power. Rox wanted to replace Emu, if I could guess. I'm thinking Blackbeard wants to replace Emu. So, the way I see it is, who's the true villain here? The old guard? The old bad guys, the bad guys that have been doing this shit for 800 years? Or the person who looks at what they're doing and says, no, I can do it better. I want to become king of the world. Blackbeard and Rox, their goal is to overthrow these guys and then become the new emu. They're the bigger threat, in my opinion. They just want to wipe it all out and start fresh with them at the top. So to me, it's very possible that Oda doesn't want to show us what these guys are capable of yet, because they're the true end goal of this story. Because the end of the story is going to be Blackbeard. Luffy's going to defeat Emu. Luffy's going to defeat Emu. The war's going to end. The world government's going to be basically defeated. As soon as that's done, Blackbeard's going to sweep in, just like he does in every arc, Marineford, every time. It's always his plan. I'm going to let the other guys do the work for me. I don't want to fight Emu head on. I don't want to take Emu. That's stupid. No, let me let the good guys take care of it. And then when they're done fighting them, and when they do my job for me, I'm going to sweep in. At full health, full power. I have no damage. I didn't fight. I'm not tired. I'm going to sweep in and take the throne for myself. That's exactly what he's going to do. I can see it coming. So what's the finale of the story, in my opinion, has got to be Luffy, King of the Pirates, Pirate King, versus Blackbeard, King of the World. And it's going to be in the ultimate battle of ideals. It's going to be Luffy's ideal vision for the world and Blackbeard's ideal vision for the world. And it's perfectly represented by their titles. What is the Pirate King? Luffy said it himself. The Pirate King is the freest man on the seas. The freest man on the seas. That means that for Luffy, being king, being Pirate King, is not about ruling the world. It's about being able to freely go on adventures as much as you want on the ocean. To conquer, not really conquer the oceans, but conquer your own destiny on the oceans. To go about your life the way you want on the high seas. That's what Pirate King is. He's the embodiment of that kind of freedom. But Blackbeard is the embodiment of another kind of freedom. Blackbeard is the embodiment of selfish freedom. What he wants to do is, for him, Pirate King he's not about that. Yeah, maybe it's a step to the King of the World. But what's King of the World to Blackbeard? Blackbeard wants freedom too. He wants freedom just like Luffy. But his type of freedom's different. Blackbeard wants the freedom to control everyone else. Blackbeard wants to do whatever he wants. Everyone else be damned. I'm going to be king of the world. That means I have total autonomy. I can do whatever. I'm free. You may not be free, but I'm free. Because I'm the king. So it's going to be Blackbeard's freedom, dictatorship, ruling everything. Luffy's freedom doesn't want to be ruled. Luffy doesn't want to answer to anyone. No kings. The Pirate King is the king of no kings. That's what it really is. Thank you, Ryan. Cherry pie versus cherry pie. That's what it's going to come down to at the end of the story. Cherry pie versus cherry pie. Two brands of freedom. Two brands of freedom. We're going to see it play out. This is the preliminary battle to that. So, what can I say? What can I say? Nice. It's incredible. This is a great story. I see a lot of people agreeing with me. Yeah. I'm glad. I'm not like off my rocker here. I really think that's where it's going. It has to go that way. We're going to see the genesis of a new world government, or the attempted genesis of a new world government through Blackbeard. He's going to try and do the Blackbeard Kingdom. He wants to do the Blackbeard Kingdom across the whole globe. That will give him his freedom. Truly. At the cost of everyone else. Great videos, by the way. Thank you, Arn. Appreciate it. Man. Now the real question is, Aaliyah 2001 said, "What is Luffy's dream?" That's a great question, and I'm wondering that now too. Ken11, thank you for the $5, my son. Emu as final villain seems narratively dull. Emu is mysterious, but that's their only character trait, TBH. On the other hand, Blackbeard has some rich lore. See, that's the thing, right? Like, if you're a writer and you're writing a story, and you want to make the final villain of the story some character, which character are you going to go with? Are you going to go with the character that you just started building up 200 chapters ago, that we didn't even know existed until 200 chapters? Like, all the readers reading One Piece, you don't even get to know, if Emu is the final villain, you don't even get to know who the final villain is until chapter 906 or whatever. I'm pretty sure it's 906. Imagine writing a story where you don't even establish the endgame villain until 906 chapters in. As opposed to Blackbeard. Blackbeard has been built up as a villain since chapter 200 something. He's been, from start to finish, carving his path alongside Luffy, in the background, slowly but surely, planning, plotting, fucking up Luffy in every which way. Just remember, Akainu may have killed Ace. Who put Ace on the execution stand? It wasn't him. It wasn't Emu. I mean, technically, by extension, it was. But who really put Ace on the execution stand? It was Blackbeard. Ace was a vehicle for Blackbeard to become king. He was a stepping stone for Blackbeard to become king. Blackbeard had Luffy's brother killed, essentially, so that he could gain power. That is the most villainous shit anyone's done directly to Luffy in the story. Emu doesn't even come close. Doesn't even come close, bro. So yeah, I believe that Emu is going to be one of the endgame villains, possibly. Maybe I'm wrong. Emu could be the last villain of the story. I'm not saying this is a certainty. But I'm just saying narratively, like, if you just put yourself in Oda's shoes. If you were a writer, would you establish your villain sooner or later? Would you have this villain you're building up carefully over 1,000 chapters? Like, he's been really carefully writing this guy, making sure he's always present in some way, shape, or form in every part of the story. Blackbeard's influencing the course of events in the world. Emu is in the background just sending orders from above to do terrible shit. Yeah, the Buster Call. Yeah, oppressing people. Yeah, the slavery. True. That's all terrible shit. But we never really saw Emu directly order any of that stuff. We never got, like in Ohara, we never had a panel of Emu going, destroy Ohara. No, that was the Gorosei. Emu's always been in the background. Whereas with Blackbeard, he has all of that plus more. He has all the buildup. And then on top of that, I'm sure Blackbeard wants slaves. I'm sure Blackbeard would enslave people. I'm sure Blackbeard would imprison people. Look at Pirate Island. Look at what was happening there. He's putting people with ball and chain around their ankles, throwing them in prison, probably having them do slave labor to run their market. Blackbeard's just as bad. If he was king, he would probably do the same shit. So to me, it's like Blackbeard, especially with the Yami Yami no Mi, with the Gura Gura no Mi, I mean, he's potentially going to be as powerful and as devastating as Emu. If Blackbeard has a third ability that we don't know of yet, or he gets a third ability, or, hold on, work with me here. When Emu dies, what if Blackbeard takes Emu's power? Bro, this guy is going to do the same shit. He's going to be just as terrible. He's going to be just as terrible. Absolutely. Blackbeard's freedom validates the world government. The cycle repeats. Yes, Brandon. Thank you for the 2, by the way. That's what he wants to do. He wants to repeat the cycle. He's happy inside his little skull on Pirate Island, sitting back and just chilling with his groupies, giving orders, prisoners, whatever. Pudding. He kidnapped Pudding and is forcing her to do work for him. Not far off. So, look, I don't think Blackbeard is going to be better than Emu in every way in terms of like as a villain. I think that Emu definitely has his own qualities that, and I'm pretty sure it's a him now. It's pretty much confirmed by the anime. It's Dio's voice for Emu. It's a very distinct voice. Emu, I mean, they're different characters, but Blackbeard clearly wants to replace Emu. He wants to be king of the world instead. So maybe he has his own vision with some different little tweaks here and there. But ultimately, at the end of the day, he wants to enslave the world for his own benefit. That's how it's going to go down. I've heard the idea that the Yami Yami no Mi is the devil fruit of Emu. Rubik's, that's really interesting. Like, Emu is the devil the power is based on through imagination. So do you think... Hold up. That could be crazy, though. Whatever the Yami Yami no Mi is, like, the power of the Yami Yami no Mi is based on Emu, which is the actual devil. Like, the actual... Like, okay. I could see that. Visually, they're pretty similar, right? Adrian says not because Emu's from the 20 families. Yeah, but we don't know the origin of the 20 families. That's the really confusing thing. Because Emu's existence has been covered up. And the Gorosei are clearly... Like, something's up, bro. I don't know. Like, is it as simple as, like, yeah, there's 20 families. Was Emu from one of the countries that moved to the Red Line? Or was... Okay, hold on. Let's also just talk about how we shouldn't trust the narrative that the world government has painted. The whole story of 20 families coming together and going on top of the Red Line and forming the world government. That's a world government story. They told us that. Where's the source of this information? We got to ask ourselves this. The source of the information is the fucking lying piece of shit government. So maybe the story of the 20 families is not exactly accurate. It might not be true at all. You know? How do we know? We know that the Nefertari family didn't go with them. And maybe there's some truth to that. Maybe there were families, that the 20 kingdoms that all gathered together and then went to the Red Line, right? And one of them stayed behind. That would be the Nefertaris. But that might not be the full story. And maybe it didn't work out in that simple of a way. Maybe one person came down and conquered 20 kingdoms. It could have been one person, Emu, that's not a member of these 20 kingdoms, conquered 20 kingdoms, and then brought them up onto the Red Line. That could be a different narrative that we just weren't told. Like, I'm not in the mindset to trust anything anymore that we hear of the world government lore. I feel like this is all some facade to cover up what actually happened in the Void Century. And this brings me back around to what we were talking about in the latest video. The truth about our world. What could this truth be? What could this truth be? Is it how the world government was founded? The existence of Emu throwing that whole story into turmoil? That's what this is going to be about, right? We're going to get this answer. LeBear, thank you for the $2, bro. Gorosei out of Marijois. Is it Dragon's time to move? That's an interesting thought too. That's a very interesting thought. You think Dragon's gonna act? We did see his reaction this chapter. He was thinking about what Vegapunk said to him. Okay, so hold on. Taiki775 said, nah, King Cobra told us that. Right, bro, but King Cobra wasn't alive 800 years ago. He doesn't know shit. He didn't even know about Emu. We saw Cobra in the throne room with Emu, and he had no clue who that was. He's like, who the fuck are you? He didn't, like, come on. Like, they don't know. He doesn't know. He does not know. There's some truth being covered up. Dragon was talking to Vegapunk. He's been thinking about what Vegapunk said to him. He just saw Kuma. Kuma teleported himself off of the island to go somewhere. And Dragon's now wondering. Dragon's now like, he's probably thinking two things. What was Vegapunk talking about? What's going on with this broadcast? Is he going to reveal the truth? Is he going to give this away? Because, okay, hold on. Not only that, we got three things that makes Dragon want to move right now. Sabo came and talked to Dragon about what he saw during the reverie. He saw Emu, confirmed there is a ruler of the world sitting on the empty throne. He saw Emu. Sabo described the whole situation to him. So Dragon knows about this. This is new to him. Vegapunk warns him that he's going to die soon, and now this broadcast comes on. Kuma disappears out of nowhere, gets up, teleports himself. If Dragon stays here and continues looking east, permanent fraud. Permanent fraud watch. This guy has to fucking move right now. Hell no. If Dragon does not do anything right now, permanent fraud watch. Okay? So, he has to do something. This is more incentive than he's ever had as a revolutionary to go get some action, to make a move. This is it right now. Like, wow. Oda's a cook. What can I say? Oda's a cook. Oda is a cook. And we still have so much left. Left to go. Like, we got Elbath. Laughtail. Potentially Lodestar. And there's going to be a ton more stuff there. Right? We have Elbath, Lodestar potentially, Laughtail. We're going to go to Marijois at some point. It's going to happen. I can't think of anywhere else. Unless we double back to like a previous island we've been to, like Alabasta. I could see us going back to Alabasta for some reason. What do you guys think? Are there any other islands you think we have yet to go to, or is that it? Right? Lodestar might not even be on the table. Honestly, we don't need it. Yeah, Arku, we don't need that shit. So, I'm trying to think. Elbath, Laughtail, Marijois. Like, what else? Anything? Pirate Island? Okay, Geo. That's a good one. Pirate Island is a good one. Long Ring's not gonna happen, Trash Man. I'm sorry. I'm not going back to Long Ring, never. LeBear, the Moon. The Moon post-war arc, baby. Yeah, okay. Sorry. I know some people find nose blowing gross, but it's better than digging for gold. Fishman? I don't know if we're going back to Fishman. You think so? Hachinosu, yeah. Pirate Island I could see happening. But then again, I could also see Pirate Island. I can imagine a situation where the Straw Hats don't go back to Pirate. They don't go to Pirate Island. And we see Pirate Island purely through the eyes of Garp and Kobe. Like, that's where we get everything from their perspective. The Luffy prediction. That's why you want to go back to Fishman. So I'm still of the belief that the Red Line's going to get destroyed, and that's going to destroy Fishman Island. Luffy doesn't have to directly go there to destroy it. I mean, it could happen, but I think Luffy's more likely to bust the Red Line down. That destroys Fishman Island from above, and they all have to take the Noah to get out of there. And then Shirahoshi, being Poseidon, can command the Sea Kings to pull the Noah and evacuate everybody as the Red Line is coming down. Nah, Burka's gone. Burka's wiped out by Enel. He Skypia'd that. He dropped the Million Vari lightning bolt on that shit. Johannes said, the thing I'm wondering most about, which islands could even be this far into the Grand Line? They would be almost completely isolated, no? Right. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like Pirate Island, Elbath, Laugh-Tale, Lodestar. Those are the only islands left this far into the New World, right? I can't... What other countries could possibly be at the end of the New World? Like, I can't imagine there's any civilized nations living, you know, a 30-minute boat trip away from Laugh-Tale. Like, it's got to get less and less populated the more it goes on. Raijin Island, Taiki, that's at the beginning of the Grand Line, because that was when Arouge got there. Sincere7 said the Taco Kingdom. Look, I'll hype it. I'll hype it. You know what I'm hoping for? This is what I'm hoping for, guys. I talked about this on a previous stream. Oh, no, I think I talked about it in Brago's collab that I did with him. This is what I'm hoping for. Sniper Island. Or some kind of island. Maybe it's not named Sniper Island. I want it to look like an island full of sharpshooters. A Wild West. I really, really badly, so badly want a Wild West island. Please. Please. And you know how you could do this? Wild West Island with cowboys and shit. It's Sniper Island that Usopp talked about. Because Usopp, right? All of his lies end up coming true eventually, right? Like the goldfish, things like that. The 5,000 men will probably come true in some kind of way. With the God Usopp thing, it kind of did. Usopp's things always come true. So we get Sniper Island that ends up being real. And there's actually a Soge King out there. And it's an island full of cowboys. And it's a Wild West themed island. And if you look at Monsters, the place that Ryuma was in Monsters, the one shot, Ryuma was not in Wano during that story. It's clear that Ryuma, the town that he's in where he kills the dragon, that he was an outsider there. He was a foreigner, right? He's not native to that land. That was a Wild West island, and Ryuma came from Wano and went there. So they could actually tie it back in and be like, this is Sniper Island. This is the place where the famous Ryuma killed a dragon. And then we have a whole arc with bounty hunters and fucking gunslingers and Sniper Island and Soge King. I would fucking go crazy.
I'm the cook.
I would pop off. I need that, Oda. I need it. Give it to me. Lodestar is Sniper Island. I'll take it. I'll take it. Shit. Even like 10 chapters there. Just give me like 10 chapters on a place like that. I'm fine. I'll be happy. If One Piece was made in America, the Wano equivalent would be a Wild West island. Yeah, exactly. So, cowboys are basically the samurais of America. Like, if you think about it, the whole concept of, like, Ronin, like wandering swordsmen that just wander from town to town, collect bounties, kill criminals, get into fights with gangbangers. The whole thing of, like, Ronin, like wandering samurai, is, like, one-to-one with cowboys. And I can prove it, because there are movies that straight up do this. The Clint Eastwood spaghetti western, for a few dollars more, Fistful of Dollars, the first one. Fistful of Dollars is a basically one-to-one translation of the Japanese samurai movie Yojimbo. So Yojimbo and Fistful of Dollars are the exact same plot. The only thing that's different between these two movies is one movie, it's about a Ronin in Japan. The other movie, it's about a cowboy in the Wild West. But it's the same thing. It's the same thing, basically. And cowboys are basically the American equivalent of samurai. So I think that shit is dope. You give me that? Man. Yojimbo's a fun movie. I love it. I like Sanjuro too. Cowboys versus Samurais would go hard. I'm telling you, man, it would be so good. It'd be so good. I need that. Two Piece will be Cowboys, trust. I need... Oh, man. I need... If they ever do two-piece, I need it to be like one massive continent. Give me Pangea. And Pangea is a giant open frontier of just endless land. Lawlessness. No government. It's the opposite of One Piece. No world government. No government. Giant continent of massive lawless frontier. And it's just cowboys and fucking outlaws riding west or riding out, searching for like some like buried hidden treasure. JoJo's Part 7. JoJo's fans, they're going out looking for the parts of Jesus out in the west. Like, you give me that, man, two-piece, I'll be locking it in, man. Oh, it would be so good. Oda will never do it, but it would be so good. Oh, Ethy said, Oda has to get rid of the Celestial Dragons before the end, and it can't be a good guy who gets rid of them, so I think that Dragon and Akainu will do a punk hazard in Marijois, and Akainu will win. Interesting. Interesting. I could see them doing like a head-to-head. It's almost clear now that Dragon is like a wind Logia, I have to assume. So I could see them going head-to-head and doing like seeing that awakening play out in real time between those two, because I'm still banking on those two characters having a relationship in the past which makes them hate each other. And yeah, that's why Sakazuki is like really against any form of betrayal or you know, disloyalty. Storm Logia. Ooh, Storm Logia sounds better than Wind Logia. That's way more badass. The Storm Logia? You're cooking, Moog. Wait. Wind God looking east. You know what's crazy about that, Nele? Hold on. Let me pull this up. Oh, leave a frustrating... Thank you. Leave a frustrating browsing experience behind when you block annoying cookie banners across the web. Can I block your annoying pop-ups? Maybe? Okay, anyway. Where is it? What does this say? What does this say right here? What does this say? One of the first things in the story. The wind blows from the east. The wind blows from the east. Interesting. Interesting. Think about that, guys. Dragon's always looking east. If he has the storm powers or wind powers. Ivankov asked him, why are you always looking that way? Why are you always facing the east? The wind blows from the east. This is the fourth panel in Fuchsia Village. Right at the beginning of the story, before we even see Luffy. Dragon's always been watching. Man, what a good chapter. Wouldn't he be looking west then? No, he's looking east. The wind blows in the direction he's facing. He's in the west, but he's looking west. West.
Nice.
Can't believe I said west, bro.
You fool!
Do you think Egghead would end like Little Garden with Straw Hats running away and Dory and Bragi staying on the island and killing a Sea King? So, like I said, maybe Egghead will end with Dory and Bragi sacrificing themselves. If they stay behind to help Luffy escape and they want to die a warrior's death, and Dory and Bragi do exactly what they did on Elbaf. They're like, hey, Straw Hats, get out of here. We're going to pave a path for your escape. And then they do the Hakoku sovereignty, blast the whole fucking path out of the island, make a path for the Sunny to just get out of there. And then Dory and Bragi, as the Sunny is sailing away, we see all the Straw Hats looking back at Dorian Bragi, fucking staying behind, waving goodbye. See you, you know, we like, oh, I would cry. I would legit cry, man. If, oh, fuck, I'm getting emotional thinking about this. Imagine they do it again. They repeat Little Garden and they help the Straw Hats escape and they stay behind and die to the Gorosei. Damn, that would be fucked up. Now I'm in my emotions. Nah, Luffy ain't losing any more friends like that. He's strong enough now. Memoji, I gotta respectfully disagree. This is 5 Gorosei we're talking about here. This is 5 of them. We just saw what one could do. He could kill you by looking at you. This is insane. Wow. Alright. Alright, guys. I'm gonna call it there. We've had a great discussion today. This was chock full of great stuff. Great insight from you guys. I appreciate all the theories you shared in the chat. Some really, really good ideas. I think I was cooking today, too. Let me know. If you thought I was cooking today, I need you to drop some bald hiddens in the chat. I'm sorry I'm abusing the stream deck this stream. I wanted to show off all the new things I put on there. Please give me some bald hiddens if you guys think that this stream was a cook. If you think that we were cooking up some good ideas this time, I want to see it. Guys, I wish everyone who stopped by today and everyone who hung out from start to finish of the stream, everyone who's there in my comments supporting my videos, everyone who's donating, being very, very generous. You guys are super cool. All the new members I want to welcome, and I just want to say to everyone that was here today, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me for this chapter reaction. We got a break week next week, which means theory review next Friday. Head to head, Marth versus Parvision, theories, mega theories, back to back. We're going to be, give me that 200th like. Yes, let's go. All right, got 2 theories head-to-head next Friday, theory review. Be here for that. Don't miss it. I got a video possibly dropping next week or early the week after. Stay tuned. We're cooking up a lot on this channel, guys, and I will be seeing you soon. Everyone, have a good rest of your day, a good night, and a wonderful romance dawn. This has been a pleasure. Take care. Oh, and fuck Anime Uproar.